Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44, or my Facebook page, True Divine 44. Like, share, subscribes and comments on either or both of those platforms is greatly appreciated, and much love to everybody who's done that thus far. I'm putting out as much free content as I can to show what I can do for you, but also to just put out the energy of support, guidance and inspiration, mainly via tarot. I put out as many daily energy readings as I can, where I pick up on the collective energy that I'm feeling around me and translate those via tarot and bring those to you. I also am doing the monthly tarot readings for each sign. So because they're general, because they pick up on collective energies, some of them might resonate with you and some of them might not. It might all resonate with you, parts of it might not. Take what resonates, take what helps, inspires and guides you, lifts you up, and leave the rest behind. Just use your discernment to know what is for you and what isn't for you. If you want a more in-depth reading, a more precise, more personal reading to your needs, your questions, then we can do a private reading. You can support me by doing that, by booking me with any of the contact details above or below, or you can message me on Facebook Messenger via True Divine 44. I also do energy work to help you use the energy within, direct it with intent, and facilitate the ability for you to draw the abundant energy that is always around you within, to give you that extra bada boom for your day and thereafter. So if you're interested in that also, I can do that. It's via FaceTime, via Skype, so the conditions that we're currently in doesn't affect us. We can go ahead and do that if that's what you wish to do. If not, just please like, share, subscribe, and leave comments. Their comments are great, and that's enough for me. If that's all you can do, or that's all you're led to do. So this is for the lovely sign of Aquarius. I have a son who's an Aquarius. My moon is Aquarius, so I'm pretty au fait with the both positives and not even challenges, just different aspects of the Aquarius. You know, they're really out of the box sign. You know that song, Little Boxes on the Hillside, just doesn't count for Aquarius. There's no little box, there's no particular colour. They are just everything that they want to be when they want to be. They're a pretty awesome sign. So love you all, Aquarius. So for the first week, I've laid out 4 cards, one card representing each week of the month, and then clarified those 4 cards further with another card to expand on your story. So the first week is the 8 of Wands of April. So there's this speeding up, this feeling of things getting faster, you know, timelines getting faster. Even though you seem to have more time on your hands, a lot of you do anyway because of the current circumstances, you're filling up that time, and time is, you're experiencing time in a different way. Many of you have maybe experienced time lapses, where you're looking at the clock and it feels like 5 minutes later it's been an hour and a half, and vice versa. You know, times where you feel like you've been doing something or thinking about something for a very short period of time. You look at the clock and it's been a long time. So there's that experience there of time not really applying to you in this first week, and you figuring out that you're working sort of outside of time, faster than time. So that's really interesting for you. Lots of messages back and forth, but more so messages from your true self, your higher self, the spiritual realm, from ancestral type energies. And you're getting those messages in thick and fast, maybe having a lot of visions, a lot of dreams. If you are, write them down. Make sense of them, because when you write something down, it solidifies it, because you're going through the vision, or you're going through the dream again, detail by detail, and obviously it's there for you to come back to at a later date. And most of these dreams and visions that you're having, if this resonates with you, Aquarius, are building upon each other. There's a storyline that's building upon itself. So to write it down would be really helpful for you to make sense of the messages that you're getting, and use them for the best of you. So to clarify this card, we have the lovely Major Arcana, the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is the imagination and assimilation. She's guiding you to use this time. This was like a couple of the other readings. I can't remember which ones. Capricorn maybe, but have a look. But the going within, the inner grounds, the recognition that this time is valuable. This time can actually be used for as a plus point for you, in that you've been given this time that you wouldn't usually have, and you really are growing spiritually because of it, and you're really doing it fast, Aquarius. As I said, working outside of time. You're in such a inner ground spiritual realm right now, and you're existing in that right now in this first week of April. That time does not apply, and you're working outside of the matrix, so to speak. And you're really speeding up that spiritual growth and that spiritual knowing, clearing out your inner grounds of anything that isn't useful, anything that isn't positive for you, anything that isn't giving you what you need to go forward, and you're really transmuting that into energy that is propelling you forward with the fire in these wands. And as I said, these messages coming back and forth from the spiritual realm, really giving you a real idea of how to go forward and how to manifest the reality that you want. Lots of creative ideas coming through, also different ways of doing things, which really fits with Aquarius. You know, you do things differently in general. You do sort of think outside of those boxes much more easily than a lot of the other signs. And there's that speeding up of that process also. In the second week, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, a repetitive card for a few of the signs for the month of April. And this is your material success really being represented in the first week, where you're doing this inner ground, these spiritual manifestations and work. It's starting to manifest in your physical reality, or it's becoming very apparent in your physical reality in the second week of April. There's real attainment here, and through hard work, through diligence, and it's coming into fruition and showing itself to you, opportunities regarding the creative work, the creative process that you've had going on, making itself very apparent to you. We do have the Page of Cups, but it's in reverse to clarify this card. And I think it's just to call upon bringing in that balance, where you really have been playing in those inner grounds like a child in the playground, which is exactly what you should be doing. You know, there's no shade being cast here for that. But you may have to balance that out when it comes to the second week in April, when it is regarding the physical manifestation of that creative inner work that you've been doing, those creative ideas that you've been getting, to balance out, because this Page of Cups for me in this reading represents a little bit too much immaturity, and you may be, you know, you're still working within the world when you bring it into the material, and you may just need to bring a little bit of maturity to it, to protect your creative ideas, to make sure your creative ideas stay in the right hands and are processed properly into the material realm, so they are all that you wanted them to be, and they create an energy around them, that whatever product it is, whatever invention it might be, the energy around it is a positive one. So just to keep an eye on that in the second week, to just balance that out, you know, stay your lovely childlike self, but, you know, balance that out with a tiny bit of maturity, you know, a little sprinkle of maturity regarding your material sustainability and the success of all of the work that you've been putting in, particularly in your creative realm, in your inner grounds. The third week we have represented by the Water Princess, so like the Page of Cups, and again it really speaks to this beautiful childlike nature, just the childlike wisdom that knows it's okay to it's better to have fun, to stay light, to stay positive. This Water Princess is open with her emotions. She brings laughter, she brings creativity. It's a very artistic energy, a very positive energy to have around. You know, she lightens the mood, and she does speak of good news, good messages coming in that will mean a lot to you. To clarify this, we have the Page of Wands, so that you know, the act. Sorry, I couldn't hit you back. The activity of the Page of Wands, you know, is full of action, ready to go, ready to move forward. And there's this moving forward energy that, you know, you are, regardless of what your current circumstances represent or are trying to be imposed on you, you're literally working outside of that. You're keeping that, although you needed to bring a little bit of maturity into the second week regarding your material sustainability and success, the creative process is still in action in the third week through that childlike nature of just enjoying your journey and allowing your journey to take you where you're led for it to be taking you, where you're led to go. And this Page of Wands paves the way for that. I want to say also for the second week, just to go back, this Page of Cups may represent for some of you a child in the home that is maybe trying to get some attention, and even negative attention is better than no attention at all, and it may be being a little bit of a block to your creative process, where you're drawing down that those inner grounds creative ideas that you've been doing in the first week with the High Priestess. When you're trying to draw that down into the material and bring that into your 3D reality, you know, that you might be getting disturbed quite a bit by this little Page of Cups who wants attention, even if it's negative attention. But you balance that out, and that's represented here also in this third week, in that you find a way to be creative, have some creative ideas regarding this child, you know, to take up some time, to actually, it's more productive to actually stop what you're doing, take some time out to do something creative with this Page of Cups, and reinforce positive attention for a little while. You'll find that time is freed up, that this Page of Cups is happier then to leave you alone for a little while to get that work done. But just coming in, the Page of Cups here might also represent this child that just will not sleep. Look at their food. If this does speak to you, if this does resonate with you, look at their food. Maybe try and play around with cutting certain things out or adding certain things in and keeping a diary of that. They very much might respond well to that. There might be something that, you know, that just doesn't mesh well with them. I'm not a dietitian, it's just the message that I'm getting, but, you know, just play around maybe and keep a log of any differences that happen when you either cut certain foods out or add certain things in. Smoothies maybe may be a way forward to get the right things in to that little Page of Cups. So that's just an add-on for somebody out there. So there's this moving forward with this childlike creative energy, which is awesome. It might also be that there is some connection here with yourself and a Page of Wands type character, in that you somehow, some way, this creative process that you've been going through, that's something that you want to bring into the 3D reality, it has connected you to this Page of Wands, who is helping you move forward with it faster, you know, exchanging these creative ideas between the two of you. And he's pulling you forward, to leading you in the right direction to bring that creative process into this 3D reality where you need it to be. The fourth week, we have a major arcana, the Fool card. Now, I've got to say, on the bottom of the deck, and this happened for one of the other signs, that is backed up by the Fool card being on the bottom of the other deck. So it really is this expansive new journey. And, you know, the Fool is, again, very childlike, very carefree, not even taking notice and not even worrying about what cliff edges might be ahead on the path, or what dangers might be there. There's just this light, blissful, excited energy to go forward, and this is very much very much directed at this is where you need to be going, and you are just moving on that path carefree. It's double impact, if you like, almost like the fact that it's representing the fact I can see two paths, and maybe it feels like it's seeing you split in two, and you literally are going down at the same time two very different paths where you're manifesting very different things in your life through this journey, but you're actually having the capacity to go down two completely separate paths, but you know, it's you that's going down them. And so there's like this spiritual path that you're going down, and this more physical path that you're going down, and you somehow are meshing the two together. So whatever you're creating on this spiritual path, it's being manifested by a product, a service, or something that is going to be in your physical reality going into the future. The Moon card clarifies this Fool card. So again, it's that divine feminine energy that we started off with the High Priestess clarifying the Eight of Wands. And so there's this divine feminine, very mysterious energy about your journey ahead, about this Fool's journey. And you know, there will be twists and turns. There will be things that, you know, may you know, try and take you off this path or make this path a little bit harder. But the energy that you're in, I just don't feel that it's anything to worry about, anything to even comment on, because it's like things just aren't hitting you, Aquarius. You're on this different timeline. You've jumped into this different timeline where this is just you on your journey, and you're enjoying it. You're full of bliss. You're full of very high frequency energy that you just that's emanating from you, and things are just deflecting off you, so much so that you might not even notice that they ever came for you, because you're not yet, we're working outside of time. On the bottom of the other deck is the Nine of Air, and so where coming up, I feel that this is coming before the month of April, where you really did feel this energy drain, where the plug had just been pulled. Maybe you were sleeping a lot leading up to April, but you've balanced yourself out. You've taken that rest, you've taken that time, and you've lifted yourself out of this timeline that I feel you've jumped from, where there was a bit of despair and sorrow, and a betrayal. That was just a trigger for you to, yes, you might have felt emotionally drained, you might have felt, but it just took you to that point where you did the Aquarius thing and said, oh, this just isn't working, and changed it up and went within and then manifested it on the outside for your journey ahead. So it's an awesome reading, Aquarius, pretty precise and concise, but that's you. And you just keep that childlike energy. Yes, sprinkle a bit of maturity in here and there, but keep that childlike energy, keep that hope and optimism at the high levels that you've got it at anyway, and know that you are doing you, and that is just what Aquarius does the best. So much love to you. be balanced, be whole. Please like, share, subscribe and comment, and or whatever you want to do. If this resonated with you, if this helped you, guided and inspired you, and I'll catch you again real soon. Much love, be balanced, be whole. Mwah.